The 2026 NFL Draft is in the books, and on today's show, we're going to be talking about the Bucs grades for the 2026 NFL Draft. I can't believe it. It's already gone. But this show is presented by PrizePicks. You're watching Bucs Breakdown by Chat Sports. My name is Reed Barkus. Wherever you're watching, whenever you're watching, hope you're having a great day. But yeah, today's show, we're going to be talking about how Jason Licht, the Glazers, Todd Bowles, and the Bucs did in the 2026 NFL Draft. Don't miss a thing, though. Just because the NFL Draft is over doesn't mean you have to leave the channel or go anywhere. We're going to be here all offseason long talking about the Bucs, what the plans are going to be for the 2026 season. So make sure you lock it in, subscribe. It is $0, completely free. And if you don't like it, give me a week. If you don't like watching me and my videos and seeing my pretty face every day, then you can unsubscribe. It's free. But if you do like it, you join the family, you have some fun, watch some fun Buccaneers videos. All right, moving on to today's show. The grades for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think you can tell already, I'm pretty excited with this draft. I was blown away by what Jason Licht, the Glazers, and Todd Bowles did, and this whole front office. I mean, honestly, we'll get to the grades, but starting off with a home run of a pick in Ruben Bane Jr. Unbelievable that he actually fell to us at 15. So that was a dream come true, and then it just got better from there. Josiah Trotter, the linebacker out of Missouri, big, aggressive, and more of a run stopper, blitzer, because we have Alex Anzalone, who is going to be our coverage linebacker. And if you're saying, hey, he's old, just check the tape last year. He is still a good coverage linebacker. Ted Hurst, the wide receiver out of Georgia State, tall, lanky, very, very good in the red zone contested catches. He is your Mike Evans replacement. Keionte Scott, we get today, round 4, pick 116. This could be one of my favorite picks, and it's two Miami guys that are my favorite picks, and I'm a Florida State alum, so it hurts me to say that. But Keionte Scott, the safety / nickel, he is exactly what this team needs, a guy who's going to fly around, make plays. He's so fast and aggressive. We're going to get to talking to that. I'm already talking so much about them because I'm so excited. But moving on to the last 3 picks, Damonte Capehart, which I love. Defensive line depth. Vita Vea is getting a little bit older. You bring him in. I love that. Billy Schrauth, a guard out of Notre Dame. I'm taking him either way. It's still going to be a good pick. And, I mean, we don't want last year to happen again where you get a bunch of offensive line injuries and then your offense doesn't perform the way it should be. So I like that depth there. Same thing, the depth with Bauer Sharp, the tight end out of LSU. I mean, I know we needed a tight end. Kenyon Sadiq was there, but we went with Ruben Bane Jr., who I'm giving an A+ to because I don't – if any of you are saying it's not an A+, go watch a different channel because this channel – and me and every Bucs fan should be giving it an A+. 22 years old. The biggest thing is we were thinking about getting a Miami edge rusher. Turns out we get the younger, more explosive, better one. And he's 22 years old, 6'2", 263 pounds. I mean, guys, this is hit it out of the park. No brainer. Fell into the lap. The eruption that came out of the draft room is just absolutely amazing. You guys have seen the scouting report in the last couple videos that I've made. Powerful, very good run defender, can hold the point of attack. He is everything that an edge rusher needs to be heading into the NFL. I mean, the production speaks for itself. The eruption that came out of the draft room for the Bucs was insane, and I love it because they fell right into our laps. Bane has some size, speed constraints, but his power profile, leverage attack, and tenacious play style show in all areas of his game directly led to backfield disruption. He projects as a scheme-versatile NFL starter who can line up wide, over the tackle, or inside as a 3-tech. Absolutely love it. Home run, A+. Good job, Jason Licht. Now, before we get on with the rest of today's show and the grades for the rest of the picks for the 2026 NFL Draft for the Buccaneers, I got to give a huge shout-out to our friends over at PrizePicks. Today's show is sponsored by PrizePicks, America's #1 sports app, as well as mine. It's playoff time for basketball. Baseball season is fully underway. And there's no better place to win some cash than with PrizePicks. It's America's #1 sports app or America's #1 sports picks app, and is the best place to win some cash while watching sports. It's actually because I've been using this app since 2022. So if that doesn't give you a reason to download it, and trust me, I love PrizePicks. If you wanted to see my profile and picks, you're in luck. The new social feeds feature, you can follow me on the app at Reed Barkus to see all my lineups. The app is super simple to use too. Just pick more or less on a few player stats and lock in your lineup. For example, I have my season-long PrizePicks. Now, I do have some lineups coming up for the playoffs in hockey and baseball or basketball. I'm sorry, and so I'll have some lineups here and there during the next week. But I just want to keep showing you guys. If you guys are just football people, we got Baker Mayfield, the more on his passing yards. Emeka Egbuka, the more on his receiving yards, more targets for him with Mike Evans not being there. And then Bijan Robinson, the less on 599.5 receiving yards. I don't think he's going to get that this year. If you want to download the PrizePicks app, we have a new user offer for you. Download the PrizePicks app today with the link in the comments and the description of today's video. Use code HMA and you'll get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Don't forget, that's code HMA. Get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. It's PrizePicks. It is good to be right. Now, moving on, just to look at this depth chart. I love seeing Ruben Bane in the starting position. He's a day one starter for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, no matter what. Man, that is absolutely amazing. So Rueben Bain Jr., he gets an A+ from me. From everyone watching this video, it should be an A+. And if it's not, I don't understand what you're watching. The guy is unbelievable, and the fact that he fell to 15 still blows my mind. So if you guys are excited for Rueben Bain Jr. to be a Tampa Bain Buccaneer, come on, that's pretty good. Tampa Bain? I don't know. Maybe it's cheesy. I love it. Spam 15 in the comments if you're excited for Rueben Bain Jr. to be on the squad. I think he's excited as well. He was walking out onto the stage. He took his hat and he's like, I'm ready. I'm ready to get to work. And that's who we want. The Bucs GM, assistant GM said, we want guys who are aggressive and that mentality to love football and love to be on the field. And they said, that's what we accomplished today. So I love that. Moving on to Josiah Trotter. Honestly, when I first saw this pick, I was like, really? And I know the pedigree with Jeremiah Trotter, him being the son of Jeremiah Trotter, but I was like, maybe not. And then I watched some tape, and I watched some more tape. This guy's a bruiser, man. So I gave this an A. Because of all the moves that we made in free agency, I think he fits in perfectly. He's a Todd Bowles guy, a big boulder, stuff the run, also loves coming up and tackling at the line of scrimmage. He's very, very good blitzing as well. So he's going to be, your pressure guy. The Bucs talked about they want more pressure on the quarterback to free up the secondary a little bit more, and that's what Josiah Trotter will do. He's a throwback thumper with instincts and willing. Throwback thumper, guys, that just screams Todd Bowles. Offers some blitzing ability, which might be how he stays on third downs, which is, I love that. Faces real struggles dropping in coverage. I don't know if we're going to really be using him in coverage. We will, but he'll get better at that as he continues to develop in the NFL. Last year, 84 tackles, 13 TFLs. So as a linebacker, 13 TFLs, that's pretty good. So he's coming up in the line of scrimmage and making some tackles, and he hits hard. Dane Brugler on Josiah Trotter said, Trotter doesn't have playmaking awareness in coverage, at least not yet. This is wise. Hey, me and Dane Brugler are saying the same thing. He can develop. But in his run instincts and take-on skills are among the best in this draft class. He looks like a starting NFL Mike. Man, I just love that. Now, I have him as a backup only because I don't know what the Bucs are going to do with Servassier Dennis right now. I know Alex Anzalone's going to be that starter, but honestly, if I'm the Bucs, I'm moving Jeremiah. I'm moving Josiah Trotter in to start over Servassier Dennis because I don't think Servassier Dennis has proved that he is a starter. Now, moving on to our wide receiver, Ted Hurst out of Georgia State. Round 3, pick 84. We did trade back, and we get a guy like Ted Hurst who is your Mike Evans replacement. I'm giving him a B+. Hometown, Savannah, Georgia. So he's staying a little close to home. Age 22, love that. Not that it's that crazy matters, but I just like that we're having young rookies coming in and being ready to provide and produce for this squad. He's 6'3", 206. So, like I said, he is your quote-unquote, I'm doing quotes in the background. Producer Cullen can see me right now. He is your Mike Evans replacement because Tane Brugler says he faces a steep learning curve versus NFL press coverage and traffic, but his physical traits and ball tracking skills, especially as a downfield target, are exciting. Sounds a little bit like Mike Evans, if I don't say so myself. The developmental XZ receiver with down-the-road starting upside. So I don't think he's going to start right away. He's got the testing scores, though. As a 6'3", 206 wide receiver, he's running a 4.4. Is that faster than Mike Evans? Yes, it is faster than Mike Evans. So I think he's a good vertical stretch in this room, and I think he'll fit perfectly as a different packages in terms of you lose a guy like Mike Evans. Yes, I don't think wide receiver was a huge need because we have Emeka Egbuka stepping in as wide receiver 1, Chris Godwin as well. He thrives in that slot position. Then Jalen McMillan coming back from injury. I think Ted Hurst will be a perfect red zone target, contested catch type of guy. Just another target for Baker Mayfield to go to. So I love that pick. So I believe I gave him a B+, right, Curlin? Yep, B+. Love it, love it, love it, love it. I'm loving it so far. And one of my favorite ones out of this draft as well comes in one Keionte Scott. Round 4, pick 116. I'm giving this an A+. This guy's versatile, fast. He's going to fit perfectly into this Todd Bowles defense. And we did need secondary depth. Now, he's wildly productive for a nickel in the backfield. I mean, the NFL, it's a copycat league right now. Cooper DeJean, Kyle Hamilton, these are guys that can do a lot more in the secondary. So you get a guy like Keionte Scott who's fast, didn't allow many yards last year, though it was heavily in short area of coverage. He will miss tackles despite his willingness, which can be taught out of him. You know, we can teach him a little bit better of, you know, chopping his feet, getting down, making tackles. But I love the mentality that he has. He's aggressive. He's fast. This screams a Bucs defensive player. 64 tackles last year, 13 TFLs, 5 sacks. So he's coming up in the box. He's coming up on the line of scrimmage, making plays, making tackles for loss. I love it. He's got 7 PBUs, 2 interceptions. I mean, he's got 2 touchdowns. So, like, adding a guy like this onto our squad, this is exactly who I wanted. Either him or Zakee Wheatley. But Keionte Scott, he is the perfect, like, depth piece in terms of Antoine Winfield is getting older. And he could slot in at that nickel. Like, if we move Jacob Parrish to CB2 because he had a better year than Benjamin Morrison did last year, and Benjamin Morrison still has those injury concerns, and then you move a guy like Keionte Scott over to the nickel spot. Like, I know Antoine Winfield is getting older, but he's still on the roster. I think you slot him in at nickel and move Jacob Parrish to CB2. This would be perfect. I love it. I love it. I am loving this draft so far. And if you are happy with how the Bucs drafted this year, hit that like button. I should see how many views are we going to get on this, Cullen? I think, I mean, maybe 1,000 views on this video. There should be 1,000 likes on today's show if you really believe that the Bucs had a great draft, because I believe it. I'm still amazing. So make sure to hit that like button. Helps me, helps you, helps everyone. All right, moving on to Damonte Capehart. Now, Damonte Capehart, Clemson DTs, I'm in. You don't have to sell me. I am in. I'm giving him a B. This is great depth with Vita Vea getting a little bit older and Kalijah Kancey coming back. We signed A'Shawn Robinson as well, but this gives us a little bit more depth there, and he's huge, dude. This is the whole off-season plan that Todd Bowles was talking about was bigger. Bigger is better. He wanted to get bigger. 6'4", 313 pounds. This guy's a thumper, man. He's got great size, great length, along with impressive athletic testing numbers. We'll look at that in a second. Solid run-stopping ability and flashes the traits to be more disruptive than he was. Very limited pass rush plan and production, which is fine. That's totally fine. What was terrible last year was the run stopping. We got gashed. So adding a guy like this on third down, second downs, this is going to be perfect. And like you said, the testing numbers, over 300 pounds, and he's running a 4.8. Colin, I think that's pretty fast, yeah? I think that's pretty fast. So I'm loving this pick. Give us some depth on this defensive line, and he fits perfectly with us. Vita Vea, like I said, getting a little bit older. I actually forgot to add him onto the depth chart, but you know what? I'm still getting used to this hosting thing on YouTube. But hey, this is absolutely perfect. We're currently, and we did hit all the needs in the NFL draft, which I'm very, very happy about. Continuing on to another pick that I absolutely love. Talk about Clemson DTs. If you got a guard from Notre Dame or any offensive line from Notre Dame, I'm in. I'm giving Billy Schrauth, I'm giving him a B because this gives us great depth, and we don't want what happened last year to happen again. When your offensive line goes down, your offense does not perform the way it is supposed to be. So adding a guy like Billy Schrauth for depth, I love it. Schrauth is a solid across the board. He has the athletic ability, play strength, and demeanor to compete for NFL starting snaps. If he stays off the injured list and reaches his developmental potential, his game gives off Wyatt Teller vibes. Guys, Wyatt Teller is a very good offensive lineman. So last year, pass blocking, great. 82.7. Run blocking, 73.1. His overall PFF grade, 74.9. Now, he only had one penalty last year. 0 sacks allowed. He slots in perfectly right behind Ben Bredesen. Give us a little bit of cushion on that offensive line depth chart that we need. After last year, I don't want that to happen again. I keep saying it over and over again because it is so important to continue and have a very, very chemistry-oriented offensive line, and that's what you need going into a new offense with Zach Robinson as the OC. On to our last pick of today's video and the 2026 NFL Draft. It is Bauer Sharp. Bauer Sharp. I almost botched his name in my head. It's Bauer Sharp, the LSU tight end. I'm giving him a B+. This is also a big depth piece as well, and sort of a developmental piece as well. Like, he gives a lot of versatility on special teams, which I love, but he is 6'4", 249 pounds. He's huge. This is a low ground, high ceiling. He's a developmental guy, but we don't need that right now. We got Cade Otton. We signed him for 3 more years. Keionte Scott, yes, he was there at pick 15, but so was Rueben Bain. That answers a lot more needs that we had rather than a Keionte Scott. And we go and get Bauer Sharp, who will be a special teams guy, and he gives you a lot of versatility there. But, I mean, he could have a shot to earn an NFL roster. According to Dane Brugler, he's more average than above average in categories, but his special teams experience and alignment versatility gives him a shot. This is perfect. I think this is exactly what we need in this tight end room, right? Cade Otton comes back for 3 years. Payne Durham, he is a blocking tight end more or less. Keith is a special teams blocking as well. And then Devin Cope is more of your athletic tight end, but he slots in perfectly in terms of just that depth. And I love it. Guys, I love it. Do you love it? I love it. Grade the Buccaneers 2026 NFL Draft in the comments right now. A, B, C, D, or F. If I don't see hundreds and hundreds of A's, yeah, you can throw some B pluses in there. This is an A, guys. Get down in the comments. Spam your A's. I want to be reading the comments, and my parents are going to be like, why are you screaming? I'm reading the comments. Everyone's saying it's an A. So I'm giving it an A. Please let me know what you think down in the comment section. And that is all for today's show. Thank you so much for watching to the end of today's show. Make sure to hit the subscribe button. Don't miss anything. We're talking about the Buccaneers all off season long. Just because the draft is over doesn't mean that content or news is over. We'll talk about news, rumors, everything going on. We got some UDFAs that are signing with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, so we'll do videos on that as well. And as always, fire the cannons.